Yet nobody sees anything or reads anything in the papers. What you see here are the Mujahideen soldiers, holy warriors. To us, this war is a holy war. And there is no true death for the Mujahideen because we have taken our last rights and we consider ourselves dead already. To us, death for our land and God is an honor. So, my friend, what we must do is to stop this killing of our women and children. If getting this man free, so he can return to the free world and tell what happens here is necessary, then of course we will help. Leave us now, so we may speak among ourselves and find the best way to free this man.
Yo, what up, what up, what up, and welcome back to Pnoid News. Man, listen, I'm going to have to drop one on the other day because I'll be honest with her, our boy fucking TFM, you know what I'm saying, did a live stream with, you know what I'm saying, our boy Aaron Clary earlier today or whatever, and he done privated the motherfucking stream because there was some racist shit said, you know, like afterwards or whatever the case is, right, you know what I'm saying, or like towards the end of the stream, so like, you know how like motherfuckers a bitch made. It is what it is. Anyway, right, so I wanted to stand here and have a conversation with y'all and explain exactly what happened in Afghanistan. How the fuck it is all this bullshit fucking actually popped off. Because now that I understand it, right, and it's all been explained to me, you know, I wanted to, you know what I mean, actually, you know, really tell y'all what happened. Because I actually learned from, for those of y'all who don't know who TFM is, I learned from a Navy Spec Ops fucking intelligent officer, right, who was stationed in Afghanistan, you know what I mean, about actually what really happened and what really went down. So let's talk about it. When it comes down to it, there's two different groups. There's the Tajiks and the Pashtuns, okay? The Pashtuns are about 40% of the population. The Tajiks are about 28% of the population in, you know what I'm saying, Afghanistan. The Tajiks are what you know as the Mujahideen. The Pashtuns are the Taliban. So whenever you hear Pashtun, think Taliban, okay? So how this breaks down is like this, okay? So the Tajiks are in the yellow. The Pashtuns are in the, like, pink, right? And then, you know what I'm saying, like the gray part, you know what I mean, is kind of whatever, right? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like no man's land as far as stuff's really concerned, right? Let's make sure I'm right about that. Oh, wait. Man, listen, like, yo, I said select this, right? There we go. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's the Hazara or whatever, right? You know what I'm saying? And they actually, you know what I mean, the Hazara actually work with the Pashtuns. So, or the Tajiks. So, here's what happened. 9/11 happened, you know what I'm saying? America had to go into Afghanistan to go find, you know what I'm saying, Al Qaeda, right? Because Al Qaeda was being hidden by the Taliban. And when we got there, we realized that we didn't have the capability to do what we needed to do with the force and the money that we had. And the Tajik said, hey, look, you know what I'm saying, do us a favor, you know what I mean, and we hand us, you know what I'm saying, some trucks and some guns, and we will go get these individuals for you. Not a big deal. We'll take care of it, right? You know what I'm saying? And America said, nah, we're not really interested in, you know what I'm saying, arming heroin farmers, which, you know what I mean, that's what they do. Because, you know, that'll end badly in the media because the media will stand here and talk all types of reckless about this. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean, we decided to go and try and do it ourselves. And while we were doing it ourselves, you know what I'm saying, the Taliban ended up escaping, or the Al Qaeda ended up escaping, you know what I'm saying, running into Pakistan. And, you know, we ended up killing Osama bin Laden later on. But in the meantime, we were trying to spread democracy throughout the world. And in spreading democracy, you know what I'm saying, the individuals who are the Pashtuns, who are the Taliban, all right, and they're 45% of the population, ended up winning the elections. So Afghani government was then ran by, you know what I'm saying, the Taliban. Now, the Taliban, you know what I'm saying, like the hardcore wing of them, they ended up running back to Pakistan, but they were still running things through the government, you know what I mean, the same way that like a, you know, like a drug lord runs the street gangs out of prison, same type of deal. And since they were the Afghani government, they were the individuals who we were actually training over in Afghanistan, right? And now, you know what I'm saying, the Tajiks who, you know what I mean, were the Mujahideen who fought against the Russians for us, you know what I'm saying, and did all these type of things and were more than willing to go to war and handle their business and would have stood there and whooped the ass of the Pashtuns, you know what I mean, because of the fact that, you know what I'm saying, America was all about democracy and, you know what I'm saying, the neoliberal world order being what it is and a bunch of, you know what I'm saying, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, pissing finger, you know what I'm saying, young kids coming out of college thought that, you know, it's better off that, you know, we follow the orders of democracy. They demanded that the Tajiks sat there and worked with the Pashtuns, again, the Taliban. And every time that they did so, they would end up getting shot for their, you know what I mean, the moment they laid down their arms and tried to work with the government. Welcome to Afghanistan and why it is the way it is. Right. And not only now, right, are we leaving, right? You know what I'm saying? Which is a good thing. We should be leaving. We should have left back in like '04, you know what I mean? Handed the Tajiks a whole bunch of weapons and told them to deal with, you know what I'm saying, the Taliban. Instead of doing this, what we did is we left all the weapons, the tanks and the guns and the missiles and the drones to the Taliban. This is a massive failure on the part of the United States. George Bush is to blame, Obama's to blame, Trump's to blame, Biden especially to blame, right? You know what I mean? At the moment, you know what I mean? Because like Biden, now, all this nonsense wouldn't have been so bad, right? Legitimately, if we would have followed the timetables that we were supposed to follow with Trump, you know what I mean? Instead of like Biden standing, actually, it wasn't even Biden that probably did it. It was probably the Pentagon that stood there and drugged their feet because you know how the Pentagon is. They're a bunch of bitch-made dudes, right? We should have been out back in May. Biden's leaving now. I know everybody's saying, they're going, oh, it was disheartening watching people try to cling to these planes and blah, 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 blah. Don't care. Legit. I don't care. Right? Because like I found out exactly what, you know what I mean, really happened as far as stuff was concerned. This is a no-win situation. Was a no-win situation. Well, we could have won, you know what I'm saying, if we armed the Tajiks, and the Tajiks would have become our best friend. And just like in Iraq, if we would have stood here and, you know what I mean, actually, you know, just gave the Kurds you know what I mean, their own country and cut up Iraq, like I said yesterday, you know, and I'm going to keep saying that legit, we need to redraw the borders all over the world as far as stuff's really concerned. Like all the borders need to be redrawn everywhere. United States, Europe, Middle East, all these places need completely redrawn. Like there's no reason that these borders should exist the way they are. You know what I mean? If we would have done that with the Kurds, you know what I mean, not only would like, you know what I'm saying, we would have had Iraq be way more stable, right? We would have ended up standing here, you know what I'm saying, having a country that loved us, right, to death and would have been a massive ally, and we would have had Europe actually extend into the Middle East, and it would have been a much more stable situation, right? But, you know, like it is what it is, I guess. You know what I mean? Like we're terrible, all right, legit. But this is the death of the neoliberal world order in the end of the day. That's what this is, all right? And it's going to continue to die. But I wanted to put this video out, all right, so y'all understood exactly what was going on because the news isn't doing its job in explaining exactly what's popping off. All they're worried about doing is blaming the other side and talking reckless and being dumb. I figured I'd drop a real video to explain exactly what happened, legitimately. All right, because arming the Mujahideen, because this is the story that, like, you know, we've been told forever that we armed the Mujahideen and now they're the Taliban. That's not fucking true. Right? The Tajiks are the Mujahideen. The Pashtuns are the Taliban. The Pashtuns are Pakistani. Stuff that we don't know. Right? There's known unknowns and there's unknown unknowns. We don't know shit because the news media is ridiculous and don't do their fucking jobs. Legit. That's really what this is. They're not doing their jobs. So I'm going to do it for them. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all spread this far and wide because this is the actual situation as far as stuff's really concerned. You know what it is. Tom Pease and Pnoid News. Like, share, and subscribe. Peace.